All right, y'all, if y'all hear that sound, you know what time it is. It's time for story time with Big Tre. This story is about peeing, monsters, and being afraid of the dark. Dark. So when I was young, my parents were in the military, and we moved from Alaska to Denver, Colorado. We moved into these apartments. My parents called it the co-op, but it was the project. He ain't lying. And if it wasn't the projects, it was directly across the street from the projects. My older sister had her own room, and my middle sister and I shared a room where we had bunk beds. Now, if anyone knew anything about my mother, they knew that my mother loved to read. We were always reading. From a young age, I remember my mom used to read to me all the time. And she was the type of person to where, like, don't never tell her, like, you ain't got nothing to do. She's gonna be like, read a book. You get in trouble. Read a book. I even remember one year for Christmas, my mom wrapped up some books and put them under the Christmas tree. Every Christmas, we would wake up and we would run under the tree and we'd rip open all our presents. But this Christmas, my mom wakes up and she comes and looks under the tree and all the presents are still there. And she's like, how come y'all ain't open up y'all's presents? And I'm like, it ain't nothing but some books.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
You know I got my ass whooped for that. This was like late 80s, so you know, I'm expecting like an Atari or something like that. I know all the kids are right now like, what's an Atari? So now that we've established how much reading books meant to my mom used to always read me like books before I went to sleep. And me being the youngest, my book of choice were Dr. Seuss books, specifically The Cat in the Hat. I used to read these stories before I went to sleep, and then when I would wake up in the middle of the night, I would get up and I would go to the bathroom. But when I went to the bathroom, my eyes were adjusted for the darkness. So when you walk in the bathroom and you turn on the light, now it messes up your eyes. And then I would come out of the bathroom and I would turn the light out, and then I would see trails of light. And from these trails of light, I would see Cat in the Hat characters running up the stairs to come and get me. So I would run to my room, jump under the blankets and hide. So one day I got a brilliant idea. I would get my waterproof moon boots and I would pee in them. What? So this was cool until one day my mom walked in the room and she was like, what the hell is that smell? It was like a project smell. If you don't know what the projects smell like, it's kind of like what a stairwell smells like in like an apartment building, which would be pee and syrup. So my mom used to conduct what we would call inspections. I used to call them like batarams. She would come, she would kick in the door, and she would come in there and make sure everything was clean because my mom refused to have a dirty house. So one day she comes in there and she walks in and the funk hits her in the face and she's like, what is in here smelling like pee? So she starts looking around. She tells my sister, find it. So they're smelling my bed, they're smelling everything around the room, and they just can't locate the smell. And then, dun 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 dun, my mom finds the pissy ass boots.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
All right, so of course I get a whooping, and my mom tells me, you better make sure that you get up and you take your ass to the bathroom. I don't care about no damn Cat in the Hat monsters. I was like, so I have to come up with another idea about how I'm gonna avoid going to the bathroom. So I get another smart idea. Or so I thought. I decide that since I'm on the top bunk, that I'm gonna pee down the wall. What? I know. Not smart.
My mom was very anal about cleanliness in the house and certain smells. So if she smelled something, it was a problem. So one day she came into our bedrooms and she would do like inspections and just check and make sure that the room was clean how it was supposed to be to her standards. And she walked in and said, you know, why does it smell like pee? Of course, I have to answer for my brother, and I'm like, I don't know why it smells like pee in here. I mean, I didn't pee. And my mom's like, you know what? Find it. Find that smell. So we're looking around. I don't see any pee anywhere. There's no, pissy clothes, anything like that. So I don't know what is going on, where the pee smell's coming from. So my mom decides to move the beds away from the wall. He was on the top bunk and I was on the bottom bunk. And I do remember that from time to time I would hear like this noise, but I never really thought anything of it. So my mom moved the bunk beds away from the wall. When she moved those bunk beds away from the wall, oh my God.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
It was a bright yellow just cloud on the wall, all of the wall. So apparently my brother had been peeing on the side of the wall every single night when he didn't want to get up and go to the bathroom. When he was asked why he had been doing that, his answer was he was afraid of the dark because of the Cat in the Hat monsters.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
I ended up getting my ass whooped. And I never did that shit again.